Hi children, welcome back. Here we are discussing about uses of forest. Uses of forest, and we discussed a lot in the previous session. That is, forest gives us useful products, and as well as it maintains the balance of oxygen and carbon dioxide on the earth. Right. So now let us see some more uses of forest. So next here, forest, it helps us maintaining the water cycle. Already we learnt about carbon dioxide and oxygen levels. Now let us see about the water cycle. Forest maintains water cycle, right? So here, what is meant by water cycle? Here the water, it becomes vapor by the evaporation process, and it forms the cloud. When cloud condense, the cloud become cool and it gives rainfall, and again from the water body the water evaporates. So this repeated evaporation condensation, it is what we call water cycle. It is called as water cycle. So through the water cycle, the water will be always circulated, whereas here trees also play a major role. Forest play a major role in water cycle. In what way it plays the major role? Actually, whatever the water that is present in the ground level, means in the soil, it can be taken up by the roots of the plants or trees. So these roots, they collect the soil water and they transpirate into the air. So whatever the transpirated air is there, it become vapor. Means in the form of vapor, it is going to lose the water. What is transpiration? Actually, the excessive water can be lost by the plant. It is what we call transpiration. So here this water vapor that is transpirated, it helps in the formation of clouds. It helps in the formation of clouds. Now here these clouds, they gives us rain. In fact, really, actually, if 100% rainfall occurred, out of 100%, 50% rain is given by the transpiration process only. So here, from the water body, only 50% of vapor, from the plant 50% of the vapor, it becomes cloud and it gives us rain. So in this manner, the rain water on the earth will be circulated with the help of sun heat and as well as transpiration process. So where there is a forest, there is lot of moisture, and this moisture makes the clouds to be cool and it gives us rain, right? So here, if you cut down the trees, just imagine, if you cut down the trees, then what happens? It is what we call deforestation. If you cut down the trees in the forest, then automatically the rainfall decreases. How it is possible? How the rainfall in our village decreases if you cut down the trees in the forest? So let us see example here. So here it is the forest, and it is your village. Now the clouds are passing through the forest. When clouds are passing through the forest, the moisture is added to the cloud and cloud become cool. When cloud become cool, when it reaches to your village, it starts raining. So here forest gives us rainfall and it maintains the water cycle on the earth, right? So here in this manner, it is going to maintain the water cycle, right? So here, as well as whenever the rainfall occurs, it gives good uh, drinking water for us, and as well as we are all be well, and water is enough. There is no shortage of water when there is enough rainfall because of forest, right? If just imagine, if just imagine, if less rain, if you cut down the tree from the forest, then what happens? There is a lesser rainfall. When rainfall is less, next time very less plants will grow, and when next time there is less rainfall, again less plants grow, and again when it is less, again very less plants will grow, and finally one day the great forest it become desert due to lack of water, lack of vegetation. Are you getting or not? So where there is lesser number of trees, the forest, in the forest the water will be less, water vapor is less, so atmosphere rainfall is also less. When rainfall is less, then growth of plant is less. When growth of plant is less, there again evaporation is less, and this less cycle will be takes place, and forest become desert. There is no more plants will be present on the earth or in the forest. So that it is better not to do the deforestation. If it is possible, we should do support the afforestation. Remember, right? And next use of forest. Here, forest, it keeps the soil, it keeps the earth cool. Forest keep the earth cool, or otherwise the climate cool. How do it maintains the coolness? So listen, uh, here the plants, they transpirate the vapor. When they transpirate the vapor, we know that they forms the cloud. Imagine here it is the sun, and sun is giving sun rays. So where there is presence of cloud, these clouds, they are going to be stopped. They are going to be stop the sun rays. So in the atmosphere, these clouds, they are stopping the sun rays, and they maintains the coolness on the earth, right? So imagine when there is no plant, then what happens? There is no formation of cloud by the transpiration. When there is no cloud, the sun rays directly falls on the earth, and it increases the global warming. It increases global warming. So definitely we have to support the growth of plant on the earth. If there is no plant, there is no cloud. When there is no cloud, these hot sun rays and harmful sun rays, they come and fall on the earth surface, and it causes many diseases, and as well as it causes water scarcity, and it warms up the earth, right? So global warming also occur because of this hot weather, right? So that we should protect the forest. We should protect forest, right? Let us see the next use of forest, that is forest prevents the soil erosion. Forest prevents the soil erosion. So here I want to explain you a simple example. A simple example, take two trays A and B, fill it with the soil, fill them with the soil. In the A you do nothing, in the B you just sow the seeds and water the soil, two soils. Then what happens? Small plants will grow in this tray. Now allow them to dry under sunlight, dry them under sunlight, and now with the help of air dryer, you may blow the air onto these two soil samples, A and B. Guess what happens? What happens if you apply the air onto this? Simply the soil present here, it blew away because of air, because of strong air. The soil particles, they blew away from this. Whereas if you apply the same air for the B tray, then no soil molecule will fly. Why? What is the reason behind this? Very good. Because there are plants. So these plants, they are going to hold the soil firmly, and it is stopping the loss of soil from the tray B. The same thing occurs in case of forest. What happens? So here whatever the trees that are growing in the forest, they are used trees with the well developed vegetation, and roots are well developed, and these well developed roots, they are going to hold the soil particles together tightly. They holds the soil particle tightly. So whenever a blow or whenever a windstorm occurs, the top layer or otherwise the soil particles, they won't blow away along with the air. Why? Because they are holding the soil particles tightly, right? So this is what we call protection of top soil layer. When there is no tree, just imagine, when there is no tree, there is no vegetation. So whenever the when storm occurs, the total top layer of the soil will be removed. So removal of top soil is called as soil erosion. Removal of top soil by the wind or stream of water is called as soil erosion. What we call soil erosion. So here soil erosion occur due to heavy blowing of wind, and as well as what you call because of water. Wind and water can do the soil erosion. But here luckily the roots of trees and plants they grow in the forest, they bind the soil particles tightly, and even the topsoil also it hold together tightly, so that the soil particles they never grow because of strong winds and as well as flow of water. So here it is going to protect, it prevents the soil erosion tightly, right? So this is one reason why the forest can decrease the soil erosion. And another, let us see here, whenever the rainfall occurs in the forest, we know that canopy is the roof of the forest. So here canopy, say for example, here it is a large plant with the large canopy, and these are the ground level plants that are growing here. So when rainfall occurs, the rain particles, means the water molecule, first they hit the canopy. So after hitting the canopy, they has to be come down. The speed of water molecule can be decreased here. The canopy it is going to stop. However, the stronger they are hitting here, they can be stopped by the canopy leaves and branches, so that the water speed decreases. Now they fall slowly and reaches to the ground, and it won't cause any erosion of the soil particle that is present at the forest floor, right? So here just imagine what happens if there is no canopy, if there is no tree in the forest. Then what happens? The water molecules directly they come and they hits the soil or surface of the forest, means forest floor, and the top layer that is present, that is nutritious layer, it can be blew away or it can be taken away with the stream of water. So along with the stream of water, the total particles of the soil, the good materials of the soil can be flow, and it is going to accumulate in the water body. So at the bottom of the water body, it's totally filled with the soil particles and soil, mud and sand, etc. So that the water easily fills up the water body, and it is going to spill out of the water body, and it causes flood also. It causes floods also. So that it is very important to reforest, means definitely we have to plant trees in the forest. This canopy can able to stop the soil erosion by the water, right? So here soil erosion can be stopped by two ways, by the roots and as well as by the canopy. Roots holds the soil particles tightly and it prevents the soil erosion, and canopy it stops the rainwater that is hitting strongly to the soil. So here it stops the floods and as well as it is stopping even the soil erosion, right? So remember this. These are the uses of forest. Again some more uses are there that we discuss in the next class. So I hope you understood the today's class, and we'll meet in the next class. Thank you.